for the second graders ends on Saturday.
It's supposed to, but I know our girls missed a week and they were gonna try to reschedule it, but I
They're
think
not
they get into lacrosse.
Yeah, they're not rescheduling the
Okay.
second graders.
I don't know about fourth, but I don't think they can.
Yeah, I don't
We're
think they
getting
can
into
either.
spring
You don't,
sports.
and
Oh,
you don't,
sorry.
all of a sudden you
Drink
don't
water
have
and talk
any
at the same time.
basketball gyms that you,
Yeah.
right now, the
Yeah, I
travel
will.
is in
Yeah.
playoff. Oh, okay.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
Not the eighth grade. The eighth graders are undefeated. Those girls are good.
Nancy? Okay. Okay, thanks. The Tuesday, March 1st, 2022, 7 PM work session meeting of the Wyckoff Township Committee is now in order. Roll call, please, Nancy?
Yes. Mr. Madigan?
Here.
Mr. Melchiong?
Here.
Ms. Rubenstein?
Here.
Mr. Shanley?
Here?
And Mayor Boonstra?
Here. Open work session statement, please.
Yes. This regular work session meeting of the Wyckoff Township Committee is now in session. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this meeting appears on our annual schedule of meetings. A copy of said annual schedule has been posted on the bulletin board in Memorial Town Hall. A copy has been filed with the municipal clerk, is posted on our website, and has been emailed to the Record, the Ridgewood News, and the North Jersey Herald and News, all newspapers having a general circulation throughout the township of Wyckoff. At least 48 hours prior to this meeting, the agenda thereof was similarly posted, filed, and emailed to said newspapers.
Thank you. Can we confirm that the documents have been signed, the vouchers, and any other documents?
Absolutely. They are.
Okay. Okay, I'll take a motion to open the meeting for public comment. 10 minutes total, 2 minutes per speaker. For public comment on any governmental issue that a member of the public feels may be of concern to the residents of Wyckoff.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Ms. Rubenstein?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Boonstra?
Oh, yes,
With
okay.
an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
forget.
Sorry, Rudy.
Thank you, Nancy. The motion is now open for public comment. If anyone is here in person, they could please come up to the microphone and state your name and address. Just wait one moment while I finish one more part of the announcement. Or if you're not here, if you're watching from home, please call 201-891-7000, extension 2220, if you wish to make a comment. Okay. You're on. State your name and address and tell us what's on your mind.
Juliet Astron, 87 Logan Lane. I initially came here tonight to discuss the growing crisis surrounding a bill the Florida House of Representatives just passed. It prohibits schools from encouraging and discussing gender identity and orientation. However, there is something more pressing happening right in front of us. Last May, Eisenhower's 7th grade boys' bathroom was deliberately vandalized with racist slurs and anti-Semitic symbols. I was horrified when I had heard it. I knew I could not stand by and let this continue. I couldn't let the school forget about this and go back to learning as if nothing had even happened. And I couldn't let it happen again. So I took action and founded a club to create a safe and supportive community for the students at Eisenhower, and most importantly, to bring justice and equality the school desperately needs. One of the projects our club focused on was repainting the bathroom stalls that were vandalized with messages of positivity and inclusivity, all while promoting diversity. The planning process took place over the course of many months. We have faced numerous setbacks from administration, but we stayed resilient. Over the February break, members of our club took the time to create beautiful messages on the boys' bathroom stalls. Yesterday, the day after we returned, it was vandalized once again. Wyckoff, it is critical for your support to ensure every student, no matter their gender, sexuality, skin tone, or religion, that these biased hate crimes will not be tolerated in this community, and responsible parties must be held accountable.
Thank you for your, what is the name of your club?
Equality for all.
Equality for All? Okay. That shows some tremendous initiative. I congratulate
And
you.
unfortunately, I spoke to Juliet, and their 2 advisors after the second round of vandalism both quit. So now they don't have advisors.
They don't
for
have
their
advisors.
club.
I don't know if it's like public yet, but I know one of them.
Well, now it is.
Right, now it is, I think, yes.
So,
Okay, thank you for your statement, and thank you for your efforts and your interest in our community and Eisenhower School. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Juliet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, anyone else for public comment? No one phoning in?
Seeing no one, I move to close public comment.
Second.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Ms. Rubenstein?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Boonstra.
Yes,
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
thank you. 8 PM business meeting agenda. Matt, you wish to comment on it?
I'm going
You've
to
probably
defer,
seen it last among all of us.
I'm going to defer to Mrs. Brown on this.
Okay. Nancy?
We have two ordinances on for further consideration. One is the match of the grant for the final phase of the Flexi Pave at Russell Farms Community
Right.
Park. And the other one is the increase in sewer fees. Those are on for public hearing, further consideration. And the only other thing I want to mention is that the flags for February were taken down from the flagpole yesterday, and today the Women's History Month flag was raised.
Oh, that's
by the
great. Thank you,
government.
Nancy.
Nancy.
Thank you, that's great. Thank you for reporting on that. Okay, policy action items,
No report.
okay? No report, we're moving right along here. And I told everyone here to be brief with their report, so we'll start. Pete, I guess we'll start with you
Sure.
tonight?
Yep, I will try to be brief, Mayor. The Wyckoff Environmental Commission met last night. They are going full force ahead with the recertification for our silver certification for sustainable Jersey. Shred Fest will be Friday, April 22nd, Community Park, 9 to 11. Team Up to Tidy Up, April 23rd. Tom and I attended the kickoff for the Memorial Day Parade Committee, which will be May 30th. It was our first meeting, but our initial discussions, everything will be back like they were the previous years before COVID and the pandemic. I just want to remind everyone, the military banner program is live. The military banners will be up from Memorial Day through Veterans Day. The cutoff to order one is April 30th. And I just want to remind everyone is the veteran does not have to be lived in Wyckoff. Anyone from Wyckoff could honor any veteran in their family. So I just want to, or friends, just make that note. And the cost is $150, and basically that covers the cost of the banner and the setup for the pole. Anyone that had ordered a banner from last year and left it at Town Hall, we will be rehanging them.
What do you need for that, just a picture, a photograph?
Yeah, you just basically, you go online here, you upload the picture, what part of the military they're in, division, any medals, anything like that. They send you a proof back, you okay it, and
Yeah,
then
it's
we order
very
it
simple.
there.
I did it for my brother. Hoping to do it again this year when I finally get a picture of him with his eagles on for his colonel, because he's a colonel and I didn't have a picture of it, so I got a picture of him before he's a colonel. So anyway,
So that went very well last year, so looking forward to again this year. And then just the renovations to the small conference room and town hall that we're doing, everything's coming along nicely. And then just lastly, I want to thank the DPW again for their great job salting the roads this past Saturday morning. That's all I got.
Tom?
Okay. First of all, welcome aboard, Matt Cavallo. I'm glad you had a good first day in Town Hall. We had a nice little reception this morning, and as I mentioned this morning, it's nice to have a little get-together once every 37 years. Budget Finance, Melissa and I are meeting again tomorrow morning, and putting the final crossing Ts and dotting Is, and I know Matt will be with us, and Nancy, and looking forward to introducing that March 22nd. As Fire Commissioner, all three fire stations, Company 1, Company 2, Company 3, are working very diligently. We have our annual inspection is back, that'll be March 18th. And I was at Company 3, Company 2, and Company 1. And they're really working hard to hopefully not only make sure everything is spick and span and spotless, but do well in the competition the night of the 18th. And I just want to mention that I think we talked about it a little bit, but just to remind people that we're going to be honoring the Eisenhower girls basketball team on March 22nd, along with the Eisenhower boys soccer team. That's it.
Thank you, Tom. Melissa?
Be really brief. As Tom said, hopefully tomorrow, when we meet for finance, we should have the budget pretty much ready to present. We're just tying up some loose ends. Thank you, Nancy, for all of your hard work the past 2 months. We could not have done this without you, and you took on many, many roles in addition to your already many, many roles. So thank you. And welcome to Matt. We're so happy to have you on board.
Thank you.
And glad you're coming back tomorrow. That's it.
Thank you, Melissa.
You're welcome.
Tim?
Thank you, Mayor. Welcome, Matt. I was glad that I was able to, before I had to go to work this morning, to stop in and see you on your first day. Sorry I couldn't stay for the celebration breakfast, but I had to get to work. So anyway,
Understood.
but welcome aboard. We're happy to have you. I'll do, my updates are zoning met on the 17th of February. It was very a short meeting. There were 3 applications on, one, 2 pool applications, and 1 just decorating a portico, which required a variance. They were all granted, although the board did make them have some concessions on the pool and a removal of a shed to have it approved. So it was a quick meeting. Rec board meets on the 14th. Football signups and cheer signups are gonna start next week. Update on the fireworks, I'm moving ahead on the September 25th date. Fireworks extravaganza is able to do it on that date, so everything's lining up for the 24th of September to be the fireworks date. Larry and Sarah has committed to the 5,000 like he did for ShopRite last year. So we've got contributions from Lakeland Bank and from ShopRite again to help support these fireworks. And then I'm gonna have a quick meeting sometime probably before the next meeting with Joe Vanderplatt, the ambulance corps, and the police chief and some of the safety people to discuss the planning for it. But I'm moving ahead with the 24th of September.
Let me know when that date, when you're gonna meet.
Okay.
all right?
All right, I will. All right, very good. And that's pretty much that's all I got to report, so thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Okay, my report also is brief. Not a lot happening. First, I would, as I did earlier this morning, welcome, Matt. Now, welcome to your first meeting. I hope it's one of many, many meetings that you'll be here with us. So thank you and welcome. It's great to have you here. And welcome, and we look forward to digging into some things and do some good things. So thank you. I too want to thank Nancy for her role as interim administrator for 2 months. She did a great job, along with her other responsibilities as town clerk. So I want to thank Nancy as well. And while I'm in a thanking mood, I want to also thank the DPW for their efforts the last few weeks. Not only for plowing and salting, but they've been out repairing potholes as well. There seems to be a lot of potholes opening up this winter after the crazy weather, warm and cold and wet and dry and snow and sleet and everything else. So they're out busy doing all that, along with the work they're doing renovating the interior of Town Hall here. So they're covering a lot of ground, and that's great. Just to report, everyone knows that we, with the storm this past Friday, we had a delayed opening of Town Hall till 11 o'clock, and that worked out fine. We wanted everyone to be safe and give the DPW folks time to clear the ice and snow from our walkways and parking areas. The only committees I have would be Historic Preservation, which met, and one of the residents of one of our Revolutionary era homes, attended the meeting and had some questions about what we were doing as far as making those 14 homes part of our, part of the element of our master plan, and that went well. And someone else raised some issues, so they decided to delay the implementation of making it part of our master plan. Also in light of the fact that our planner is working on that as well. Pete and I met at the Lark, this is under the Parks Committee. Pete and I met at the Larkin House with Scott Fisher last week. Pete there being a part of the Facilities Committee. And we discussed Scott's ideas for how to deal with the two barn buildings behind the Larkin House, one of which we're going to demolish because it's old. It's an old, just kind of a shed barn, and replace it with a larger, more usable and heated pole barn. And the other was how to deal with the what I'll call dilapidated second floor of the carriage house garage. And Scott made a proposal to us to look at, which seems to be a good idea. It's just to remove it to the deck and then replace it with a different roof structure, which seems to be a good idea. And I think that's all I have. Rob, do you have anything?
Just quickly, I'm looking forward to the meeting when I can tell you Maple Lake closed, but I am trying to schedule it for next week. I'm hoping. We're circulating deeds for signature. The closer from the title company was out on vacation until tomorrow, so.
That's great.
Hook up with her. I'm gonna try to get a date locked in.
That's great.
Next week. Yeah. So, that's it. Other than that, just closed session.
Okay, all right. Okay, we can move on to a 22C2 resolution, Nancy.
So we'll do item 10 then.
Item 10, yeah. Yep.
I'll make the motion to adopt resolution number 22C. C10?
Two.
C2.
Oh, C2, and enter closed session discussion.
Second.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Ms. Rubenstein?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Boonstra.
Yes.
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
Okay, the motion is approved, and this means that, just for our audience, a little civics lesson here, this means that we're gonna go into a closed session for a confidential, it's a legal matter. We have two lawyers we're gonna talk to, so this ought to be good. So we're gonna go into a closed session, and we'll be back here at 8 o'clock. You're welcome to wait, but we don't expect you to wait. But we'd love to have you here when you get back to watch us finish up our general business meeting. So, but thank you once again for coming out and making your statement, and keep up the good work. Thank you.